Third ray. Look at the signature put on the acts of bringing to life and reviving. Out of innumerable possible examples, we shall mention only one. From planets to drops of water and pieces of glass, in each transparent or apparently transparent thing, there is a stamp, an image or reflection particular to the sun. So too, the unique eternal sun has set on each living thing a seal, a stamp, of reviving and bringing to life, showing itself through the manifestations of all his names on that thing. If all material causes, supposing they had power and will, came together to produce the like of that stamp, they would not be able to do so, even if they helped one another. Quran, Surah 17, verse 88, assume the images of the sun reflected in drops of water or pieces of glass or in any transparent thing are not attributed to the sun itself. Then you would have to accept that there is a real tiny sun in each drop facing the sun, and in each piece of glass reflecting the sun's light, and indeed that every transparent thing has become a sun. Similarly, assume you do not attribute every living thing and life and every act of bringing to life to the concentrated manifestation of all the divine names. Presume you do not accept that life is the focus of the manifestations of the divine names, which could be regarded as the rays of the eternal sun. Then you would have to admit that each living thing, even if it be a fly or a flower, has an infinite power of creation, an all-encompassing knowledge, and an absolute will. Also, you would have to attribute divinity to each atom if you ascribe the existence of everything to itself. Likewise, you would have to attribute absolute divinity to each cause if you ascribe the existence of everything to causes. This would also compel you to accept countless partners in divinity, which necessarily requires absolute independence and never accepts partnership. Consider an atom, or particularly a seed or fruit stone, and see how astonishing and well-arranged composition and relationships it has. It has relationships with all the parts of the living thing of which itself is a part. Rather, it has relationships also with all the members of its species and all other creatures. It has relationships and duties resembling those of a private with respect to all the military offices. If you cut off the connection of that atom or seed to the absolute power, then you would have to admit that it has eyes with which it sees all things and an all-comprehensive consciousness. In summary, non-attribution to the sun of its images in drops of water requires the admission of the existence of many suns in the tiniest things. So too, non-attribution of everything to the absolutely powerful one in relation to whose power atoms and suns, particles and wholes, particulars and universals, the small and great, are all the same, necessitates the acceptance of countless divinities.